Hi, Gemini. This is Lost Twin Tarot. My name is Colette if you've never viewed me before. Gemini, this is going to be a general reading I'm doing it in honor of St. Patrick's Day. If you celebrate that holiday or not. I know around where I live, everybody is Irish for the day. So I wanted to take this time and do a reading for that. We talk about practicing gratitude and different things like that. And we don't seem like we ever do it nearly enough. And kind of, what does make us lucky? And what are we thankful for? And kind of what do we have that others, kind of, what do we kind of have or what do we possess that others, don't have, things like that. Um, spiritually, speaking. So this is a general reading, my readings might not resonate for everybody. So, just take the pieces that do and leave the rest. And so I was meditating on your cards. Also we'll be doing three card spread, and I'll be doing an oracle card, and I'll be reading a passage from the Star Temple Oracle towards the end. But I was meditating on your cards and kind of some of the, if you want to talk about lucky symbols, some of the symbols that I feel like, you could be associated with is different types of birds, whether these could be cardinals or blue jays, crows or any type of things like that. I feel like just birds in general or animals in general. I feel like, you love all kinds of animals. Um, I feel like you um really just like have you really find different things lucky. Um like nostalgia is lucky to you. I feel like you have a connection to nostalgia, whether these be flowers or different things from your past, whether this could be you drive by you know, uh, like a old restaurant that you went to when you were a kid. Um, and you're like, oh, that's where this happened. That's a lucky place. That's where that. And I feel like you do that the same with bad luck as well. I feel like you could be very superstitious as well. Um, and I feel like in general, you kind of just have an attachment to all sorts of things. Um, because you want to just kind of be kind of friends with everybody. Um, everybody you meet, you have an attachment to, whether this is somebody that um, you know, is at your doctor's office or whatever it is, I feel like you just have a special, place with them and, different things like that. So when they leave, it's almost like, oh, that place has changed. It's not really lucky anymore. It's kind of that sort of thing, I feel like. Um, let's see what the cards have for you. I feel like sometimes the Gemini readings are always all over the place, and it makes perfect sense, though. I feel like it's because, like, the one twin mind is over here, the other twin mind is over here. It's always this, All right, so what do you have on the bottom? We have the King of Swords on the bottom for you. I feel like, what that saying, Gemini, is that you always do the right thing. I feel like you have the opportunity to do the wrong thing, but you don't. There's a lot of opportunities you have in your life, and I feel like sometimes you could do the wrong thing, you could do the right thing, but but you don't. I feel like you have a lot of integrity. You have the Five of Wands, the Hermit, and the Devil. So why does this make you lucky? Well, let's find out, right? So let's see. The Five of Wands talks about conflict and competition. I feel like in a lot of ways, this can represent, there can be a lot of conflict and competition, but you always stand out in the crowd. After the Five of Wands comes the Six of Wands. And I feel like, you can be dealing with, no matter where you go, I feel like it's, somebody could be, doing, five things at once, but a Gemini always ends up doing 10 things at once. I feel like you always end up doing something quicker, more detailed. If you were to have an argument with a person, you can just end up, you know, giving them, the facts and everything else, and it ends up you end up coming out on top. Um, I feel like this is a card of learning as well, and I feel like you end up, you can just learn so many different things. Um, I know they say Geminis just, jump around, we know a lot of stuff. We may not be experts in a lot of things. Um, but we always, seem like we just have a thirst for learning, um, no matter what it is. The mind stays busy. This card, just represents, a lot of passion too. We just have a lot of passion for different things. Um, and I feel like, and then you have the hermit and you have the devil. The hermit represents, going through these periods of these deep, looking within, these dark nights, dark night of the soul, times. And I feel like inside of our mind is our safe place for a Gemini. The biggest challenge for Geminis is, uh, dealing with our feelings and, kind of understanding our feelings and our emotions and trying to rationalize them, I guess, in a way, and rationalize kind of our emotions and processing our actions and kind of putting them together, and kind of battling those, right? And, I feel like that's almost, in a sense, like this can also be, what we're dealing with that Five of Wands, and I feel like we kind of go through this cycle a lot in our life. Um, but we're really good about kind of going through that. We kind of take all that wisdom and we're constantly learning things. We're constantly learning things about ourselves. We take all this information and constantly, about ourselves. And I feel like we go through these dark nights of the soul a lot as Geminis. We pick up all this information, we take all this wisdom in, we take this all in and we just, and then and then we retreat and we go through this, we take it all in and then we're like, okay, now we have all this extra wisdom, and then we're like, okay, now we have to, unfreeze ourselves like he's frozen up there on that mountain. And now we have to, go back into the real world. And I think we're really good about doing this. I think that's what makes us really good at, kind of being such good people, um, just such good people persons and just being able to relate to so many different people. I mean, sometimes people call Gemini shapeshifters and stuff like that are fake, but in reality, it's almost just like we've had so many different experiences and we're not trying to people please. We just want to make people comfortable because we know what it's like to go through pain, and we don't want anybody else to go through pain or suffering or anything. We want to make people comfortable because I feel like we have gone through a lot of things, and it's almost like, as you just want to you kind of want to make people as mm, you just want to make people as happy and comfortable and, make them feel content. You want everybody around, to feel good. Because I feel like in a sense, Geminis kind of love everybody. You kind of have like a love for everybody. If it was up to you, you really would want world peace. It's like you almost would wish for world peace. You would want everybody to be happy. A big, huge, just, happy, wonderful, just happy go lucky, just great love festival. Um, you know, and I think with the devil, that's kind of, you know, how is the devil lucky? What is it? I mean, you have the devil here, and that is, the Gemini twins, the lovers card, that's them on that devil card. And, I feel like, you know, what puts that this in the lucky card? Why should you be showing gratitude towards that? And I feel like almost in a way it's like because we're faced with these, blockages, all the time. But, those chains around their neck, they are loose. And I feel like when we're faced with those, blockages, periodically, maybe frequently. When it comes to a Gemini mind, it's like we're faced with them pretty frequently. And, this is kind of like why I named this channel Lost Twin Tarot, because it's almost like this is the thing we're always looking for. We're always looking for this, you know, this this thing we're always just trying to find. Somebody's mentioned that to me on the comment board the other day, and I really appreciate all the wonderful comments that everybody's sending to me. More than you, I mean, it's just they're just so wonderful. Um, and I feel like that's kind of like what it's hard to explain almost to people. Being a Gemini, like what are you looking for? I don't know, and it's like you almost don't know. And I feel like this is kind of what that is. It's almost like we have to sort of go through these dark nights of a soul and learn to accept that they're almost going to just kind of we just have to almost kind of do like a trial and error period, like almost like a kid. If you have children or if whatever it may be, it's almost like you have to just kind of keep going through things like this didn't work, so let me try this, and this didn't work, so let me just try this. And I feel like bit by bit you just realize that things are it's just experience that you gain, and realize that it never was perfect. It's never going to be perfect, but almost just sort of make your memories and make your just kind of build your life and try to just find humor in it. And that's what Geminis are really good at doing. We make our experiences and we're really good at finding humor in things. Um, and I think that's kind of like what it's really all about, especially in being that way. You have the holy number 22 could be a significant number for you. You have the holy child star seed. I am a divine child of the universe. If I can get that to focus. Let me pull that up. I apologize, Gemini, um if I pronounce any of these, not perfectly. You don't realize how bad of a reader and a speller you are until you get older. So let me just try to focus that right there. Okay. Okay, number 22, the Holy Child, Starseed. I am a divine child of the universe. Star Wars Elevate Starry Eyed Assignment. You are a celestial child of the cosmos with a dedicated dual mission to elevate your own spiritual awareness, as well as the collective consciousness. You are an ancient soul with a divine calling to awaken humanity for the highest good. Know that your noble assignment is divinely guided by the Sisters of the Pleiades. Solano helps you realize that you are a holy child destined to be a channel of light and love. Irrespective of of your childhood, recognize that you are an expression of divinity and a leading light in the world. Yeah, Gemini, and I feel like almost it's, kind of like, what this is saying. It's almost like, with that hermit card, he has that light in there. Um, and it's kind of like you are, whether you realize it or not, it's almost like you are like a light in this world. And you are, it says that you're an ancient soul with a divine calling to awaken humanity. And I feel like that's kind of what you are kind of sort of doing. It's like you're learning information, you're, gathering things every day, day by day. You're having these experiences, you're spreading your wisdom. And I feel like that's kind of what you're kind of here to do. Um, and I feel like that's kind of it's almost like you're here to just, you know, kind of just find I mean, you're having this mission in life and it's to almost just, be this special spirit here to, find show light in the people around you's life. And, it really makes a difference. Um, but, I think that's really you're more lucky in a way because you're needed in a way, and because you're needed, it's like you have a special mission. Um, and that's really important when you're needed. Um, but that's what I'm getting for you, Gemini. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this reading. Until then, if you are celebrating the holiday, please enjoy it and be safe and enjoy your ventures. And I will see you real soon. Thanks. Bye.